What is up, everybody? We got a special video here. So you guys have heard me promote my Patreon before, and this is going to be basically an advertisement for my Patreon where you can get the full TFG Draft Insider package. If you enjoy my draft content and you want to support the channel in the process, now is the time to sign up, because not only will you get exclusive film breakdowns, we've got a bunch of them on college prospects. Not only will you get my full comprehensive draft board that is going to have, I believe, close to 500 player evaluations that I'm going to actually sample in this video as well. I'm super proud of it this year. Like, seriously, I'm biased, obviously, but I don't think there's a better value if you just want all of the information for the draft with an analyst's perspective on, breaking down each player. I can't speak highly enough about how proud I am of the draft board this year. And then on top of that, you will get a video like this for every single NFL team that I'm going to be cranking out over the next 2 weeks, a 7-round mock draft for every single team, and you will support the channel in the process. So that is my sales pitch for my Patreon. It is patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy. I encourage you guys to go check it out. Now, this is going to be a randomly selected team. You guys already know who it's going to be based on the title of this video. Now, if you didn't have a first round pick, I did leave you off the list, so I'm sorry, but we also need to entertain the people here. But I will be doing your team if you don't have a first round pick again on Patreon. So here we go. Whoever ends up on top of the list, I've got the list randomizer here. Go. And the New York Jets, let's go. I actually wanted to do the Jets, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. That's perfect. So we are going to do the PFF mock draft simulator here. We're going to go with the New York Jets. Let's get it. And the number 1 overall pick is Trevor Lawrence. So let's go ahead and take Zach Wilson. No surprise there. Love me some Zach Wilson. And we get Fields to the Niners. And I actually... Okay, we can speed this up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Panthers taking Trey Lance. Okay, just swap those two, I guess, in our own minds. All we're really worried about is who we're able to get. Now, I want to pause here for a second, because I would love it if we could get a tackle. And there's actually... Cosme is still available. Tevin Jenkins is still available. We could roll the dice. Hope we could get one of those two. Is kind of best case scenario for me. Let's just see kind of who comes off the board here. The Bears and Colts and the Titans are all candidates to take a tackle, but let's see how this plays out for us. Vera Tucker goes to the Bears. That's great news for us. Barmore to the Colts. I like that pairing. And then the Titans, it doesn't really matter to us. They take Jalen Phillips. So this is kind of best case scenario for me. Tevin Jenkins falls to us. Actually makes this pick very easy for me to take. Tevin Jenkins, who's my number... What is he? My number 5 tackle right now. So we're going to grab Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. Great right tackle fit. We've got our left tackle. And I'm comfortable letting the draft come to us at 34 at this point. I like the status of our roster. And wow, Kyle Trask, surprise pick at 32 for the Bucs. That helps us out. So sitting here in the second round, I'm looking cornerback being a need. I would say edge rusher is a need. And wide receiver is a possibility, but no longer a glaring need. Tight end is a need. And running back is a need. So we're kind of going best player available. Now, sitting here, we have Greg Newsome, Terrace Marshall, Asante Samuel. Rondale Moore would be an excellent fit on this offense. We actually just broke down Rondale Moore to the Jets from the Peter Schrager mock draft, which is something I definitely like that fit. We could continue to upgrade the offensive line, potentially getting a Creed Humphrey maybe, who is probably still on the board here. I know PFF has him pretty low. I did do the consensus rankings, so he might get drafted a little higher. So I love the players available. This becomes a very difficult sort of decision here. I would lean maybe Rondale Moore on this offense. Very difficult with all these guys available. I do like Greg Newsome on this defense quite a bit. That would probably be the positional value. I like Pat Freiermuth here. So we pick again. Oh, we don't have a second round. We don't have another second round pick. So this actually does become a pretty critical position here. So running back, I can rule that out. Offensive line, I'm not going to rule that out quite yet. Receiver, I feel pretty good about the guys we have with Mims and Corey Davis and obviously Crowder in the slot. I feel pretty good about them and the ability to get one of those a little bit later. So I think I'm going to pass on receiver here, although I love Rondale Moore. He would be the best player available for me in this situation, I believe. Not quite, but he's up there. So, really struggling with this one. I got to make the pick. Clock's running out. I'm between Pat Freiermuth, who I think is a risky prospect, but you're not getting another tight end option in this draft, like close to the potential of Pat Freiermuth. So I like that option. And then I do like the idea of an interior offensive lineman as well, where, you know, PFF has Creed Humphrey way down here. He's going to go in this range here. So we got to take Creed here now if we want him. And then, you know, you've got Wyatt Davis, Quinn Miners, Landon Dickerson is there. Creed Humphrey at 34. So we would be lining up. Let me pull up the our lads for the Jets. Man, this is a tough decision. We're going to be using up all of our time. So for the Jets, our offensive line would line up Becton with Tevin Jenkins at right tackle. And then Connor McGovern would kick out to guard as we play Creed Humphrey, who is actually a phenomenal scheme fit in this wide zone offense. We could bank on Christopher Herndon kind of working out. Go playmaker later. Edge would be another position to maybe take a peek at. But I think with who's available, for me, the pick is going to be Creed Humphrey, who to me PFF is way too low on. I think he's a stud, especially in a wide zone offense like this. So I'm very happy with how this has gone. Now, I wouldn't rule out trading up here, depending how the board kind of plays out. I wouldn't want to trade up too far. The Jags take Pat Freiermuth there, but let's pause. So we've totally addressed the offensive line. And Rondale Moore is gone, so we're not trading up for him. If we're going receiver, we're going to wait. Corner, I think we'd wait at this point with Newsome gone. And then edge would be the one position. So Tryon went. Sais went. If we traded up, it would be for the Oklahoma kid. But I think we're probably just going to stay put here. I just wanted to be careful and make sure we weren't missing out on the opportunity to come up. But I kind of like Kellen Mond in the second round of the football team, to be honest. So let's go ahead and speed this up, get to our pick. All right. So Diami Brown is there. Very intriguing pick. I love Diami Brown. I want to take a look at basically edge here and receiver. Throw that in there. Running back. Let's look at running back in the third round would be a good spot there, and corner. So based on my own board here, I will pull this up. Let's see. Is Elijah Moore and Jalen Darden, are they both gone? Jalen Darden is available. And we do pick at 86, which might be the sweet spot for a Jalen Darden. But if we want that sort of player in our offense, we do have Crowder in there, so it's not urgent. Corner, you've got an Eric Stokes is available, and a Kelvin Joseph. So probably if you want that high upside, lengthy corner for this defense, that's pretty good value. I've got a second to a third round grade on both Stokes and Kelvin Joseph here. And as far as the scheme fit, I would lean probably Eric Stokes, who's a little more of a zone player. I think he fits the scheme a little better. So I'm going to go Eric Stokes in the third round, kind of taking advantage of a sneaky deep cornerback class, to be honest. So we're going to grab Eric Stokes in the third round here, and then maybe look at playmakers in a little bit. Very happy with how this draft has played out. The only position that we haven't really addressed at this point is edge, but I don't hate our edge group. I really don't. I don't love it, but it's definitely something we could still address. So let's look at receiver. Let's look at edge. Maybe is a Ronnie Perkins available? I don't see an edge here. That is at least Cam Sample, my guy, is available here in the 3rd round, which very well may need to be the pick here. Jalen Darden is also available. I would actually think about maybe trading up to try to land both of these guys. I am incredibly high on both Darden and Cameron Sample. So I'm actually going to try to pull that off. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything we need to address. The O-line's good. Playmakers are going to get addressed here. Running back is the other thing. We did sign Tevin Coleman, so it's not urgent, but you got Michael Carter there. Kenneth Gainwell is there. Whew. Okay. So this thinks Kenneth Gainwell might be there a little bit later. I think if we want Kenneth Gainwell, I think we better plan on taking him now. Ooh, this is very difficult. I'm going to start with Jalen Darden here to be just another playmaker. But is he a massive upgrade to the guys we have? This is really difficult. I'm really going back and forth here because Kenneth Gainwell is the perfect fit for this offense, and he's a great complement to Tevin Coleman to be a threat as a receiving back, but also the wide zone capability. He's the number 3 running back available at this point in time, but he's currently, if we go to my running back board, he is my RB4 over here. So, I'm actually having a change of heart a little bit. I think I'm going to take Kenneth Gainwell now, and then I'm going to pause it immediately. I want to try and trade up, and I'm going to offer obviously 107 and maybe this pick for pick 87, and they accepted it. So we're giving up our next 2 picks to come up and pick immediately again, and I am going to go with either Jalen Darden or Cameron Sample. Man, there's so much receiver depth, but not a bunch of edge guys I like. If we go to my edge board, all these guys are gone. I think Cam Sample would be a great scheme fit as well because Boogie Bosham's gone at this point, right? Let's just look at edge just to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the available edge group, it is a massive drop-off for me after Cameron Sample. Like, seriously. It drops off real quick. So I'm going to take Cam Sample here, and we're just going to give up. We're not going to get that playmaking receiver, but I think if we're forfeiting anything here, I'm fine with that because we've got actually a pretty decent group of receivers there, and we're still probably going to be able to get one in like the 5th round because there's so many guys available. So I'm not sure what happened here. The simulator's being a little slow. But let's see what's going on here. All right, I don't think this thing's gonna work, but we only have 1 more pick, so we're just gonna get an estimation on who we would be targeting in the 6th round there. Kind of a bummer that it crashed, but I really like the draft we've had, so I'm just going to kind of spitball where we'd maybe go. So one of my favorite fits here would be Dax Milne here, who's my 24th receiver. If we could get him in the 6th round, which I think is very possible, to pair him, bring him back with Zach Wilson, who is his roommate, have great chemistry. But if he was gone, I'd probably be looking at some sort of a quick separator. So maybe Keyz Johnson, Sais Smith. I think both of these guys would be excellent candidates down there. And then, you know, worst case scenario, you just go with a safer like wide receiver 4 option, Cornell Powell, Josh Imatorbhebhe. Blake Prohl here is another late round receiver that I really like as a vertical presence. So I'd be looking in this range. Maybe if Daz Newsome was there, but he's incredibly redundant with Crowder. So I would rank this. I would go Milne would be option 1, Keyz Johnson option 2, Sais Smith option 3, and then, you know, Powell, Prohl, well, I would say Prohl, then Powell, then Imatorbhebhe would be my best options. Best case scenario, you're getting like a 2-2 Atwell's available, a Anthony Schwartz, a Simi Fehoko, a Nico Collins. If those guys are available, I'd go there. But yeah, that's where I would be looking in the 6th round. I feel pretty good that one of those guys we just mentioned would be available, and that would be my pick. If not that, I should just mention the tight end group. Maybe if a Briley Moore was available, he's one of my sleeper tight end candidates, I would throw a dart at him. But there is the mock draft, and it's not going to load. So let's just review what we did. We went, obviously, Zach Wilson in the 1st round. Tevin Jenkins falls to us in the 2nd round. Then we take Creed Humphrey. So the offensive line, the quarterback, the playmakers looking good after the offseason, a massive upgrade. Then we upgraded the corner group with Eric Stokes, really good athlete, lengthy dude with a ton of speed, would be really nice in that scheme. And then here, it's glitching out, but we ended up going with Kenneth Gainwell, who would be an awesome complement and future starter here. Some similarities there as a player to Aaron Jones, who in this system obviously works very well. And then Cam Sample, one of my premium edge sleepers in this class. Trading up a couple of picks to go and get him, secure that top edge talent. And then I went through kind of what we'd be looking at in the 6th round. This team does not have a 7th round pick, by the way. So there is the Jets 7-round mock draft. Again, if you guys enjoy this content, all my content, you want to support everything, check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on Patreon and back here on YouTube very soon. Peace.